Hi everybody, Coulter Brown here from the Northern Ag Network with our Northern Ag TV, coming to you from the 105th Montana Farm Bureau Federation annual meeting, joined by Executive Vice President Scott Kulbeck. And Scott, right at the start here, we have some breaking news to mention, some new leadership at the Montana Farm Bureau.
We do, Coulter, and he just walked right by here. Oh, he's off the camera here, but I would like to congratulate our new Vice President, Casey Mott. Casey is from the Custer area here in Montana, and he's a rancher and been involved with Farm Bureau a long time, and we're excited to see what he can do in that Vice President position.
Certainly. Well, right now happening behind us, of course, is the delegate session, and this is where the rubber meets the road of grassroots policy, and so important for members to engage and producers who aren't members. You have to think about, do you want to be part of this discussion as we talk about the Farm Bill, the legislative session coming up next year? There's a lot of cover, and it matters to agriculture.
It really matters. This next legislative session is going to be key. There could be a lot of impact on production agriculture, and one of the things that I'm so proud of, our Farm Bureau policy development process is sacred. It comes from the grassroots. Our farmer rancher members that are involved in our county farm bureaus, they come up with resolutions that they're discussing behind us right now. What they pass in that room here today will determine our stance and how we lobby on legislation during the upcoming session. So it's vital. We have to have that grassroots impact. And I think we also need to understand that when we speak for members, when Farm Bureau speak for members, we're speaking for that grassroots policy that they develop right here behind us.
Well, and in your address this morning, you talked about just some of the ways that county farm bureaus and individual members have engaged, whether it's events for youth, letting them learn about agriculture, getting out in the community, and some of the litigation that the Farm Bureau has taken a role in. So it's really out there defending agriculture, being the voice, and trying to share that with the public.
Yeah, we have new this year an impact report. It's our 2024 Montana Farm Bureau Impact Report, but it talks about how as an organization from our county level up to our state level to our board of directors and officers, what we do day in and day out to protect agriculture and to speak for organization. It talks about improving a members' network so that they have people that they can talk to on issues of agriculture, and then also, just be part of that community. It talks about how we safeguard agricultural policy. It talks about how we amplify the voice of our farmer rancher members, and it's really impressive. We started down the process of creating this impact report because we saw one from the American Farm Bureau and said that we need to show people exactly how we impact agriculture here in Montana. And as we're going through this process, we had so many things that we could have put in the report that we just didn't have room for. It's amazing what our farmer rancher members do through their volunteer efforts in Farm Bureau and how they impact this industry. And then also our statewide staff and what they do to impact agriculture. And so if you want to be a part of the movers and shakers and those that are making a difference from agriculture, I encourage you, get involved in your local county farm bureau. Get involved here with us at Farm Bureau because we're really making a lasting impact. And our goal is to keep Montana the Montana that we love right now. And that's all about that impact and what we can do to influence policy in this state to keep farmers and ranchers on the ground.
Certainly, you have that motto, we care for the country, and that is very evident with what Farm Bureau is doing.
Yeah, it really is. It's so important. If we all think about why we live here and what we love about Montana, it's the agrarian nature. It's the wide open spaces. It's the the amber waves of grain, not to get, too cheesy, but it's true. That's why we love Montana, and so we have to protect that. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities for anyone who wants to get involved in an upcoming legislative session to protect that way of life. And, we're here to shepherd you through that process.
Well, Scott, my very last question, maybe the most important one. Give me your prediction for this weekend. Big Cat Grizz game coming up on Saturday.
Oh, Coulter, look at my tie. Cats all the way. Absolutely. Go Cats.
Go Cats. You heard it here. Stay with us. We're going to come back with the markets after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Welcome back to your markets, everybody. Of course, we're going to start out looking at the cattle futures where they've seen some decent gains. We did see it slow down a little bit. Of course, now the trade is turning to focus on Friday's cattle on feed reports. Some concern about what that placement figure could say. We've heard some projections for record high placements for November, but really the average estimates are for on-feed inventory to be steady. Placements forecast 3% above a year ago. Marketing's estimated 5% higher. We have seen a little bit of bounce back in box beef. Hopefully that continues as holiday beef buying picks up. Cash trade limited so far. We were down $2 to $3 last week. In our local markets, a hot calf market in Riverton, $5 to $12 higher on the steers. 450 to 500 pounders topped out at $374. They averaged $362. 5 to 5.5 weight steers averaging $334. The upper 5 weights at $313. 6 weight steers from $275 to $299. At the Montana Angus Female Bonanza at Pays, bred heifers averaged $3,027. That was up 17% from a year ago. The cows up 16% with an average at $32.36. And the wheat market has worked higher for 4 consecutive sessions now. Increasing tensions between Russia and Ukraine are aiding the market after President Biden authorized U.S.-made weaponry to be used by Ukraine against Russia. We've also, of course, seen some improving winter wheat conditions with a little more moisture, and we're watching the Southern Hemisphere harvest to see how that affects the world wheat market. That's going to do it for today's report, though. Coming to you for the last time from the Montana Farm Bureau Convention, I'm Coulter Brown, Northern Ag Network.